Oh yeah. But look, man, drop the melanin stuff, bro. Bobby Hemming was talking about that 20 years ago. That was back before anybody knew anything about melanin. I'm gonna tell you right now, anything with a complex nervous system has melanin. Anything with a complex nervous system has melanin. Why? It's an essential component of a complex nervous system. So even white folks, what you calling white folks, got melanin. It may not be the way you got it, and even then, it's particulate matter. The premises of your thinking cannot be in the physical realm. Yeah, sure, okay, maybe you can say it's the residue of something metaphysical, but that's a vague statement. What thing that is physical is not? So you didn't really even say anything.
Abdul Shabazz Allah says melanin does not go away, it's our soul. Well, my question is, what kind of soul are you talking about that it's physical? How can something physical be your soul? That don't even make sense, right? We receive a lot of this information from these people who spoke about it and don't even question it. There's consciousness and there's matter. Those are two opposite poles of the spectrum. Consciousness is not matter, and matter is not consciousness. Guess where melanin falls? Melanin falls in the matter aspect, which means it's a part of everything else. Everything that has a central nervous system has melanin. I got that from Arius Bookman, the spirit shrink. Check his channel out. But yeah, everything has melanin. So melanin is not cultural, and culture doesn't matter because that's also an illusion. That's a human ego attachment. And if you're still learning that lesson, then by all means, continue on your path. But yo, melanin is not any more special than chlorophyll. Abdul Shabazz Allah says it comes from an essence which manifests to the spirit, to the physical. Absolutely. As does everything else. Because what happens is that energy and matter replicates the patterns that it perceives in consciousness. Or I should say, energy and matter begins to shape and form and move in accordance with consciousness. That's why we're talking about Om. Om represents every possible vibration. Now, matter is not alive. Matter just reflects what it sees in the unmanifest dimension. But at the same time, what is manifest is not consciousness. It's just a reflection of consciousness. So, is there something that melanin could represent that is special? Absolutely. But you're not hearing that I said that because you're only hearing that I said melanin is not any more important than anything else. So you get personally offended. But if you believe what you just said, that melanin is an effect of something not physical, then you understand what I'm saying. Something that was not physical is not physical. Otherwise, we couldn't say it's not physical. Overcity says melanin is extremely special, brother. Hey, I'm not going to tell you it ain't, even though I just did. Doesn't matter. That's the whole point of this whole conversation. Like, the conversation that I just had doesn't change when we get to a certain subject, right? I understand that melanin is very sensitive with a lot of people still. Cool. But you know what? It's still a definition that we placed on a thing, just like we place definitions on everything. Maybe you didn't watch the whole video, right? And that I get it. But essentially, when you look at something, any concept or physical thing, it is the individual that places a value on it. Nothing has inherent value. Nothing physical has inherent value, right? There is no good or bad thing. There are just things. Barely. There ain't even really things. But we perceive stuff, right? And we don't simply perceive it, we give it a definition and we put a value judgment on it. This is the process of illusion and attachment, right? There are people who believe that technology is evil. There's people who believe that America is evil. There are people that believe America is great again, right? Who's telling the truth? It's all subjective to the individual. That's the point of the message that I'm saying today. Everything in your life is subjective. The definitions that you place on it. Nothing is true. Everything is permitted, right? Because just like there's a group of people who worship melanin as this great thing, there's another group of people who believe the opposite. Now, who's telling the truth? If you ask either of them, they're going to tell you their subjective experience. So life isn't about who's right and who's wrong. That's the endless fight that'll never end, which again points and indicates to the fact that it's an illusion. What matters is what's working for you. Does this whole melanin and special thing, is that working for you? If it is, then by all means keep doing it. But understand, nothing in matter is any more significant than anything else in matter. All right? Nothing in matter is any more significant than anything else in matter, because ultimately we're talking about consciousness versus matter. That was the original discussion of spirituality in the beginning of recorded history, not who has melanin and who doesn't. Like I said, if you're still learning that, then continue down that path. But if you're dedicated to truth, then truth will reveal itself to you to the degree that you're able to see it.
Now you see now, you done fucked up, you know that, don't you?
I
You know what I'm saying?
I thought.
No, so, you know what I'm saying? That you done fucked up now, you know that, don't you?